U.S. Capitol Police have issued a lockdown because of a suspicious vehicle and driver that has been arrested in Washington, D.C. They're telling locals and all tourists to stay away from the U.S. Capitol. I want to explain what's going on, why many experts believe this is just the start. We are going to see a lot of arrests. We're going to see a lot of investigations, especially over the next 18 days right before Donald Trump is inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States. I want to break down what's going on, but look at this. It says high alert. Man driving erratically on sidewalk near U.S. Capitol is captured just a day after the New Orleans, Louisiana terror attack. Said footage from the scene shows a large police presence around the car and a figure being led away. I'll show you that in just a moment. But we're going to get to this, explain what is going on and why the FBI, Homeland Security, and local law enforcement all over the United States are on high alert. So I'll address that in a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So yes, another person has been arrested. Says a man driving erratically on the sidewalk near the U.S. Capitol is captured just a day after the New Orleans terror attack. Now I want to show you some stuff, okay? I want to read a little bit of this to you, but I want to show you some stuff right here, okay? Look at this. It says, suspicious vehicle drove onto sidewalk near U.S. Capitol. The driver is in custody. The U.S. Capitol Police have actually locked down Constitution Avenue. They've locked down the area because the man drove from the sidewalk onto a grassy area. Okay, look at this. It says, authorities have taken a man into custody after he drove his vehicle onto a sidewalk near the U.S. Capitol around 10 a.m., close to Constitution Avenue and 3rd Street. No injuries, luckily, were reported, but officials are asking everyone to avoid the area near Constitution Avenue and 3rd Street due to the incident. Says several roads are closed in the area and drivers should expect delays. Okay, now, here we go. These are the roads that are closed, okay, after the suspicious vehicle was spotted. Constitution Avenue between 1st Street Northeast and 3rd Street Northwest, 1st Street Northwest between Peace Circle Northwest and Garfield Circle, Pennsylvania Avenue between Peace Circle and 3rd Street Northwest, Louisiana Avenue between 1st Street Northwest and Constitution Avenue Northwest, and New Jersey Avenue between C Street Northwest and Constitution Avenue Northwest. Okay, now, I want to play you this clip really quick, okay? This is after the driver was apprehended, and then we'll get to what the FBI and other local law enforcement are saying. Look at this right here. So they have these are the Capitol Police. Okay, there's a few that are walking, and there's 3 that are guiding their bicycles. But this is right after they apprehended the driver. Okay, person's not putting up a fight. Okay, they probably asked some questions as to what's going on. But again, this is a day after a driver drove into a large crowd of people in New Orleans. Okay, just a day after that. So obviously, it doesn't matter if you're in the Washington, D.C., you're in New Orleans, you're in Seattle, Washington, Los Angeles, California, New York, Miami, Florida. It doesn't matter where you are here in the United States. Law enforcement is looking at everybody, and they will take any misconduct as a potential threat. Local law enforcement all over the United States has been told for several months now that there is a black swan event that is likely going to occur. But we do not know where, we don't know to what extent, we don't know anything about it. Just that there's been chatter that there would be a black swan event before the presidential inauguration on January 20th, 2025. We're 18 days away. Now, what is the FBI saying? Well, the FBI is saying that at this time, okay, there's not really a concern because they are pretty much looking at all avenues. They're looking at every single person, every single event, any potential threat. Now, here's where it becomes a problem. Once the FBI can pinpoint a threat and it's It's a serious threat and it's a credible threat. That's the difference. There's going to be different hoaxes that are played. There's going to be people that are going to try to deter law enforcement to one area when an attack could be happening somewhere else. But this is where the FBI is saying that there's going to be problems. They do not have enough law enforcement, FBI, in order to monitor every single person, every single event that's happening across the United States. It's just not doable. It's not feasible. There's too many people, not enough law enforcement. It's because of that we will likely see something sneak through. Okay? With that said, expect, especially as we're leading into this presidential inauguration for Donald Trump, expect there could be lockdowns. Okay? I don't think this is going to be a citywide lockdown. Okay? It could happen. Okay? That's more like a thing that you see in the movies. But could we see certain areas of a city get locked down? Like downtown areas? Okay? Sporting events? Venues? Right? Could we, rallies? Yeah. That's what experts are worried about. Is that leading into this presidential inauguration, we could see some issue and we could see more lives lost. With that said, based off what we're hearing from law enforcement and the FBI, they're saying if you do not need to go out, don't do it. If you don't need to go to a specific event, don't do it. If everybody stays home, it makes the jobs for law enforcement that much easier. It makes the job for the FBI, Homeland Security, that much easier. Because now we know people are safe in their homes. Okay. With that said, if you do plan on going out and you do look suspicious, you maybe have been drinking, and this is again another warning from law enforcement, is if you've been drinking, you look suspicious, you look nervous, well, you might get talked to. And this isn't because of your race. This isn't because of your just your stature, right? Nothing. It's just because right now there's a very high level of threat level, okay? And everybody is on high alert. We also know the FBI and Homeland Security are looking for those red flags. Are people coming into the United States? Are they traveling to certain areas, okay, of the U.S. and at a interesting time, like the presidential inauguration, where we're going to see, thousands and thousands of people descend upon Washington, D.C., just to see Donald Trump become the 47th president of the United States. I know people that are planning to go there. I'm not. I'll sit right here and I'll report right here from my office and I'll tell you what's going on. So, at this time, that is what we know. The U.S. Capitol Police did arrest a person because they were acting suspicious and they're driving on the sidewalk. I would say that's pretty suspicious. Where were they going and what was their intent? That we don't know yet, but it doesn't matter. Law enforcement, especially after just yesterday, after January 1st, having a Cybertruck explode at Trump International Hotel, have a driver from Houston, Texas, drive through thousands of people, okay, on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, taking the lives of 15, severely injuring 30 more, right? That is suspicious. When that is something we cannot take lightly because of what we just saw on January 1st. So, as we get more information on this and any potential threats that would affect you, I will bring you all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.